Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Lisa Avery, for scrolling our listings every week, our new listings for the week. We are delighted to be with you this morning. And just wanted to say welcome to all of you live from Western New York. And also joining me this morning, of course, our leadership team, including Matthew Whitehead. And Ken isn't with us today from First Priority, but we do have Karen Cook from the Rochester market, who'll share a little bit of her insights. So we're excited about that. Lua Limo, Regional Vice President, Sales Manager in Rochester, and Kathy Bianchi, who's going to be our co-host this morning to share some very inspiring words and share her thoughts, her experiences, and also client appreciation is pretty much the theme of the day. But I just wanted to share a couple thoughts with you as well after we introduce our new agents who have joined us in the last week. So we have Julie Donofrio from the Spencerport office, Ruel Maloko from corporate, Patrick Wall from the Greece office, Karen Novick from Lancaster, and Kelly Harper from Geneseo, along with all of the others who have joined us in the last month. So welcome to Howard Hanna. Some of you are newer agents, some of you are more experienced agents, but regardless, welcome to all of the newest Howard Hanna realtors to our company. We're delighted to have you join us, and I hope some of you are on with us this morning. So as we move to bringing Kathy Bianchi on, just wanted to share a couple of thoughts as we talk about community and we talk about events and appreciation of our clients and customers. I know that so many of you are doing things through Thanksgiving and going into the holidays. You have all kinds of great ideas to recognize your past clients and customers and your sphere of influence. And that's what Kathy is going to talk about this morning, so that you could do proper business planning going into 2023 of some things that you may be interested in adding to your strategies, your business strategies. But I also wanted to just chat for a moment about getting together this month. It's hard to believe it's December. But as we gather with friends and family or go to events, we all know that the topic of the day is always the Buffalo Bills. No, just kidding. Besides the Buffalo Bills, people want to talk about real estate. People always want to ask, what's happening in the market and, what's going on with interest rates. And it seems like the market is slowing down. And, Matt mentioned it last week when we talked about seasonality. So obviously we always slow down this time of year. And in January, it's just seasonality. People are focused on other things. But there's still people who are, buying. We're still in the midst of some multiple offers. But as I've read through predictions from all of the economists, as we've gone through data just for our local markets, I think the important thing to remember is that inventory, is low, and supply and demand really does dictate what happens in the market. So predictions for 2023 and things that you could share, with your sphere of influence, your clients and customers, would be that inventory will continue to remain below normal going into 2023. I've heard people say they think there's going to be a buyer's market. And, that's probably not going to happen, because to have a buyer's market, we truly have to have a 6-month supply of inventory. So we will continue to be well below that as we go into 2023. But one of the things that I think that we as realtors should focus on is always counseling our seller clients to have realistic expectations. And I think that, that looking at the data and sharing the data with those sellers is a little bit more important for us right now, because the urgency factor, isn't there as much as it was a year ago. It still is in some cases, but it's so important that we set the seller straight at the time of listing and make sure that they have realistic expectations. I was talking to an agent this week and she said, oh my gosh, I brought in an offer on a piece of property. It was over asking, but they were having an open house on Sunday. And they wanted to make sure that they still had the open because they were hoping for multiple offers. And they had the open and they only had a few people through and they didn't get an offer. And so we lowered our price going in. So, I think that agent did the client a, disservice by, telling them to wait. So it's interesting to hear different agents' perspectives as it relates to, when is the right time to listen to an offer? Are we doing delayed negotiations still? So those are things that you're going to want to talk about as an office, talk about in your particular branches, in certain price ranges, what's happening, and really delve into your own markets with your managers, with other agents so that you can set realistic expectations for your clients and customers. And remember, those people, and we've talked about this before, those people who refinanced their homes when the rates were 2% and 3%, we ran into this years ago. They had that interest rate stamped on their forehead. They're not going to let go of that as easily right now. But I'm sure Karen Cook, who's joining us this morning, will shed a little bit more light on what's happening in, the financing. But as we share what's happening in the real estate market, I think that it's so important that we tell our story, that that they're not just the consumers aren't just reading the news and watching what's happening on a national level. So we want to put ourselves out there in front of our sphere of influence, in front of our clients and customers as much as we possibly can with the real story of what's happening locally. And Kathy Bianchi is going to share with us, some great ways to appreciate our clients and to put ourselves in front of those people on a consistent basis. So I'm so excited to hear, Kathy, what you have to share this morning. I love this time of year, rolling this out so that agents can be sure to incorporate some of these ideas, not only now, but some of these things take a lot of planning. So it's perfect timing to plan for 2023. So welcome this morning.
Thank you. And absolutely, it's all about planning. So here we go, guys. Lisa, next slide, please. We're going to plan for our customer appreciation. How do we do that? Appreciation is the currency of success, Shaka Smart said. And if you think about that, appreciation is the currency of success. We live in a world where a little bit of appreciation goes a long way, in business as well as in your personal and private lives. But not to monetize appreciation, but this will give you more for your business going into 2023. This will give you, by showing appreciation, you will build your business in 2023. Next, there are five ways, my friends, of expressing appreciation. Number one, words of affirmation, thank yous and emails, and we're going to talk more about each one of these. Number two, quality time with your clients, client events. I used to do quite a few of those, and we're going to talk about that. Acts of service. We are in a service industry, and when you do something on behalf or for your customer client, it shows that you appreciate them and you have common goals, and they appreciate you for what you do. Tangible gifts, excuse me, closing gifts, events where you're giving something away. I like to do, mix all these things together, and we'll talk about how you do this. And then physical touch, and I wrote, be careful, doesn't necessarily mean physical, although you could do a supportive touch. It's more of a supportive, you're being there to support them rather than a physical one. So let's go. Let's start about words of affirmation. Here we go. Personal calls. You know it. I know it. You got to do it, because that is what's going to get you have the consumer, the customer call you back. They are the best. Call them to say, thank you for their business, to say you appreciate them. Holiday cards, thank you cards, personal notes. Again, boom, affirmation, emails. You can do all of these. You don't have to do one. You do one month, do the next another month, then do another one, something different the month after. 78% of businesses indicated that email marketing is the most effective marketing for mass appreciation. There you go. Now, you need to have the personal one-on-ones, but every once in a while, you can do the mass blanket email. Quality time, client events. Now is the time to prepare for your next client event. And I'm going to put a big F on that, client events. You should plan now for the whole year. What are you going to do? How are you going to reach out to your customers, or your clients, your ex-clients, your sphere of influence, to show them that you appreciate their business that they've been bringing you, and to have them remember who you are. Because remember, way back then, it's like 17% of the 78, I think it was 78% of people would reuse their agent, but only 17% do. That's because they don't remember who they are. You got to get in front of them so they remember who you are. So we're going to prepare our yearly calendar. We're going to do this month, this, that month, this, the other month. 65% of client appreciation attendees say that live events help them gain a better understanding of the service provided. And that was from Innovative Marketing Group. Our clients know what we do, but they don't, when we're with these mass groups, when we do these client appreciation events, they get to see what you did for other people too. And it makes them admire you more. So that's kind of the understanding the products or the services that you provide. When you have groups of satisfied, happy clients together, they start sharing stories. And I love that. How to do a client event? Well, number one, let's decide what you want to do. I've done baseball games, I've done hockey games, I've done a movie. We have the Eastman House here in Rochester, and I rented out the Dryden Theater and showed Casablanca. So it wasn't a new movie, but it was so well received. And then we gave away a little giveaway. We just came off a huge pie giveaway weekend a couple weeks ago. And now this week, I know we're doing a lot of Santa, office Santa events with some small giveaways for that. Are you going to do a party? Are you going to do any type of entertainment? I've seen big movie theaters where agents will rent out a movie theater and show some hot new movie or something. So anything that is entertaining, fulfilling, and showing your gratitude can be a client event. So these are just some quick ideas. All right, number two, set your budget. How much are you going to spend to create this event, and stick to it? As a real estate agent, you should invest 10% of your income back into your business, 10%. And I like to have big events. So I always get partners to help sponsor my event. My attorney, my home inspection, my handyman, and others to help with the costs. And invite people you refer out on a regular basis to establish your team. These are the team of professionals that you can trust to get the job done. And make sure they are the team of professionals that you trust. Not just who's given you the most help financially with the party, because they reflect on you. Set the date. Try to make sure you do this when perhaps maybe you're not quite as busy. I love doing February and August events. My February, I like the movie and anything indoor. I've heard of people renting out like an ice rink and doing skating. Somebody gave out hot chocolate. I don't remember who that was, at a public skate thing. Downtown at the Rock thing. So, it's all how you figure this. It's all how you do this, getting in front of your consumer. Make sure you have something branded to give all your attendees. I used to do water bottles with my little logo and a little Howard Hanna on it. At some of my events, because it was inexpensive and it was something most of them didn't throw it out. They were kind of nice about it. But you can do all kinds of different things. One thing branded will go a long way for you. All right. And, give a prize away at the end of the event, because it will, again, I went to this event, I had a great time, and I won a prize. Yay. They'll remember the event. All right, next. 1 week after the event, send out thank you cards for attending. So you have to send out something before the event, you have the event, and then you send out thank yous for attending the event. It's about consistently showing appreciation to your clients. All right, next slide. Acts of service. How can I serve you? I used to work in a different industry, and I used to say that all the time. How can I serve you? This is a service industry. How do we show it? This can be done many ways, from helping them pick up things, moving, hiring cleaner, going to the home before they move, or donating to their favorite charity on their behalf. We've all done these kind of things, like having to climb in crawl spaces to pull stuff out, and, just doing things on behalf of your client to show them that you're willing to serve them. That is a form of appreciation. Service is appreciation. And then I wrote, acts of service does not have to be monetary. It's about showing your client you care about them, are willing to help them achieve their dreams and goals. Next. Tangible gifts. This could be closing gifts, but we're not going to focus on this right now. We're going to talk about event gifts, like pies, turkeys, holiday related gifts. I've seen all kinds of client giveaways. I used to have one for my team, a pie giveaway. I've seen some recent teams do client giveaways or pie giveaways. I've seen office pie giveaways. And whether you do it as a collective or as an office or individual as a person, these are great ways to get in front of your clients. So what it does is you invite, I'd say 500 people. Less than 10% are going to respond, maybe 10%, depending on what it is. But so you send out 500 postcards, and you get, or Lisa Avery does it with an email or text message, I think she said, and you get about 10, maybe 20% tops. So you're not paying for 500 pies. You're only paying for 100 pies or 50 pies. But that's a good thing, because the people, all 500 of them, you offered this gift to them. Just because they didn't RSVP and pick it up, doesn't mean it wasn't offered. It wasn't a gift. It wasn't from you. So I love this kind of this giving. I used to do a once a month in conjunction with a local business, and give away something small, like a cupcake from a bakery or candle from a gift shop, or something to that effect, where they had to physically go in with the postcard and hand it to the shop. And I only paid for the ones that people came back, but they loved it. This was fun. This was a little thing to get them, to remind them of who I am and what I do. So that was that it feels like you're giving them a gift. Popeyes. I know this is this is done quite a bit. The process of going from clients' houses and giving them a gift. This works well if you speak to them, but if you just drop it off in the mailbox, it doesn't work as well. you have to have that one-on-one interaction. And that's the whole point of this. You want to be able to interact with your consumers on a regular basis so they remember who you are. What was in the chat? I missed it, guys. Lisa? No, I guess, all right.
It was an upcoming happening, so I think we should talk about it when we get to that point.
Okay, all right. Physical touch. Well, maybe not physical. And like I said, I'm a hugger. I love to hug everyone, but I realize that's not comfortable in today's day and age. So now I'm looking at being supportive, maybe a touch on the, on the hand or something if you have to. But listen to your clients' concerns and help them overcome them is showing your appreciation and appreciating their thoughts and feelings, especially, when you're in the process. I think, having that emotional, let's call it emotional touch rather than physical touch. There are many ways to show client appreciation for a long-term business plan and relationships. The more you do the preceding methods, the more opportunities it will bring you through repeat business and referrals. If you need more ideas, you have a whole pool of managers out there that are the best in real estate. So go to your manager, say, listen, I want to make a client. I talked to I listened to Kathy Bianchi, and she said, I need a client appreciation plan. How do I implement that? Go to your manager and they will be able to help you. Or you can email me if you have some specifics on how to do these things, on how to do it. So I zipped through that information really quick, but hopefully it kind of triggered something that, all right, I need to start planning this for my customers. So they know that I appreciate them. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. Now, Miss Karen Cook from First Priority is going to talk to us a little bit.
Morning, everybody. So when Ken called me the other day and he asked me to speak, he said, just talk about what you do for December every year. So I love December. A lot of it I spend with my team, helping them set their goals, figure out how they're going to reach them, making a plan for the next year. It's the time of year where I really get intensely organized. I'm going to clean out the hard drive in my computer. I'm going to get everything organized so that going into the new year, I'm ready to go. We all can get a report in an Excel of all of the pre-quals we've done. So at the end of the year, I'll sort by agent and I send each agent an email with the list of people that I pre-qualified that I didn't do a loan for. Find out, are these people still looking? Were they going like wildfire in the spring and then they just gave up? Can we resuscitate them or do we put that away? Not every agent is good about following up with clients either when they fall out. And sometimes all they need is a little nudge. Oh yeah, those people, they were looking in XYZ neighborhood. And that'll get them to reconnect. And all of a sudden in February, they sell a house. The other thing I do is I really spend a lot of the month being very appreciative for the people I work with. Anybody that knows me knows for 25 years, I have hosted at my house a really fun and somewhat ridiculous event referred to as Cookie Day. And this started out at, just a networking opportunity for my agents. And I would have anywhere from 10 to 15 real estate agents in my kitchen for the day. And we sort of fine-tuned it over the years. Everybody shows up with cookie dough. It's different from a cookie swap where you just show up with some cookies and you leave with some cookies. This is just a crazy, silly, fun day. You're covered with flour at the end of the day. We have way too much champagne. And I'm going to show you quickly what that might look like. So after Cookie Day, I would send out, can you see this little newsletter? This is the Cookie Express. So this is a summary of what we did, starting with the goodies we had in the morning, what we had for lunch, and then pictures and recipes of all the cookies that we did, and then crazy pictures from everybody that attended, so that you have this as a great little memento. I did this on my computer and everybody loved it. And each year when I'm deciding what to make again, I'll go here.
Karen, excuse me, can you try again? Because we don't see it.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Give me one sec. So share screen. Can you see it now?
No, I think since you can't pull it up, maybe we can, you can just continue describing it. Thank you.
Absolutely. So the other thing you can do is I've published about 5 cookbooks over the years. My favorite site lately is called Mixbook. It's really simple to use. You can upload your own photos. I did 150 cookbooks 2 years ago, and I think that from the time I pushed the button to print to the time I received them was about 1 week. So I happen to do one called Decades of Cookie Days. I've done family recipes. You know, if you're a good cook and there are recipes that you love to do over and over, this is a great thing to share with your clients. You know, cookie day, I remember one year we had an agent, I swear she made 50 pounds of cookie dough, and at the end of the day, we had helped her make enough cookies to deliver to every family that bought a house from her that year. So it's making the most of the holiday time, coming together as a group and just building fun along the way. That's all. Next up.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Karen.
Thank you, Karen. I mean, that ties in so great with everything that Kathy shared with us, you know, which is awesome. It's always great this time of year as well to show appreciation, to get in front of people with our gratitudes, of course. And I know there was a lot of that going on, as Kathy said, over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I
Kathy's
love this one. They did, the high school made a Christmas tree out of our Howard Hanna bags for the parade.
Cute.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
that was from our Webster office. That's our Dansville office, had a wine walk. Spencerport office, we had a Santa Claus. I know, is there more at least, or no? Oh, yeah, there's our Greece office with Santa, and then our Brockport office with Santa. We've had a lot of great community events where people know who we are and what we do. So these were where they invited customers to come and partake in these events, and it's just a great touch, especially this time of year. And there's
Absolutely.
more coming this week. I know Pittsburgh did one. I know Lewiston did a Christmas light walk, and I know Mendon's got one coming up this weekend. So send us your pictures, guys. We love seeing this.
I know for 2 weeks we've been seeing all the great pictures from the Rochester market. So we need to get some Buffalo market photos up
Yes.
there. So I'm hoping we can get some of those this week to showcase next week on Live from Western New York. So send them off to us.
Yes, I know
Okay.
Gina's got some. She's got to send them to us.
Yes, Gina, come on from Lewiston. Send us some pics.
And just want to mention, Kathy, in the chat was a comment about an event this Sunday, the 11th at the Finger Lakes Thoroughbred Rescue Center. So if you have events coming up that you would also like us to promote, please let us know. And also utilize all of our Howard Hanna groups or pages on Facebook, because you can share your events there with Howard Hanna New York, Howard Hanna Western New York, and get the word out to other people of things that you're doing. This one sounds pretty cool. Santa and horses.
I know.
Perfect. Yeah,
Doesn't
perfect.
get any better than that. Absolutely. That sounds wonderful. So this coming week, right now, we have the leading RE webinars, and there's some great webinars. One of which is Larry Kendall is going to show us how to put ninja principles to work for us. And I also, while we're on this page, wanted to mention that the luxury market reports are being distributed to each of the offices this week, and any agents who are luxury certified will also receive one. And for our sellers, if they had a home that was showcased in one of our luxury magazines, they will receive one as well. And interestingly enough, speaking about the market, for those of you who aren't aware, Buffalo and Rochester are both #1 in the luxury market in market share. #1, that's any homes over $750,000. So kudos and bravo to all of you who are in that luxury market or luxury certified agents. So jump on some of these sessions. And if you need more information, there's a session or two every single day, you know, on just all different types of topics. So if you want the information and you don't have it, please, please ask your manager. They all have the list of all of those classes. And in addition, we also have other classes that that you can jump on this week, including the town hall, fire up your winter listings, great information. If you have any listings right now and you need a little bit of jump on them or a little bit of, you know, doing something different, jump on that. Warm up those cold call leads again via Zoom. So there's all types of training going on. So this is a great time of year. You know, you maybe have a little bit of extra time, maybe not if you're busy making cookies with Karen, but Kathy, that was absolutely great. And, you know, it just gets your mind going. What is it that I can possibly work into my business plan and my strategies for the upcoming year? Such great information. And again, like you said, there was a lot of information. So if someone wants to go back and watch it again, you can jump on our YouTube channel and you can, you know, listen to it again, hear Kathy again with all her great information, listen to Karen. Thank you, Karen, for being here this morning. And we hope that you all have an absolutely fabulous week. And we hope to see you again next week on Live from Western New York. Take care.
Thank you all. Have a good day. Have a great week.